Professor Pankaj Sah has one of the toughest jobs in science. But he says no matter your job, everyone needs a hobby.
I've got notes on every bread I've made for the last 3 years. I like mucking around with the starter, mixing the dough, kneading. It's kind of fun. It's very relaxing. And then watching it rise and then cutting it the first time and seeing what it tastes like. That's just great.
When he's not in the kitchen, Professor Sah is studying something far more complex. As director of the Queensland Brain Institute at the University of Queensland, he leads some of the country's top neuroscientists on a mission to unlock the brain's many mysteries. One puzzle Professor Sah's own research has helped solve is around the amygdala. This region of the brain plays a key role in processing emotion, learning, and memory formation.
At the time we entered the field, there was virtually nothing known about it, as to what kind of cells there were, what their electrical properties were, what the local connections were like, and that's what we were initially doing. But then we moved on to thinking about connections to the amygdala with the rest of the brain, and then what it does behaviourally.
These days, Professor Sah's research group is interested in questions around how memories are formed at the cellular level and what happens once those memories are consolidated.
The world is coming into your brain, and then your amygdala, what it does is assigns what's called emotional valence to your sensory world, saying, oh, that was good, that was bad, that was insignificant, or whatever you like. And things which are significant to you, for whatever reason, are more likely to be remembered, basically.
That's why memories like your first kiss or a breakup tend to stick. It also helps to explain anxiety disorders such as PTSD, where amygdala dysfunction occurs because the memories have a detrimental impact on the person's quality of life. Professor Sah says fundamental research into brain biology is crucial to developing better therapies for mental health conditions, now one of the leading causes of disability worldwide.
And a lot of these drugs that we have right now, they're not targeted drugs, all right? They just work across the board, and they do a lot of things along with treat the disorder that they're given. Things like Valium for anxiety, sure, they treat those disorders, they sort of help along that way, but they do lots of other things as well. And that's because we don't really understand why is it that you're getting a particular sort of symptom.
Those knowledge gaps were the reason he decided as a medical intern in the 80s to pursue neuroscience.
We used to walk around, as students and as interns and trying to treat these people during the psychiatry term and then also the neurology term, really. And really, it was just hit and miss is what it felt like to me.
While scientists now know a lot more about the brain, Professor Sah says there's still work to be done.
We're not at the level of understanding as we have, say, with the liver or the kidney or something like that. But we do have tools now which allow us to interrogate the brain and try to understand its complexity.
As a fellow of the Australian Academy of Science, he hopes to advocate for more funding into this fundamental research. In other words, the bread and butter of science.
The discoveries are going to be unbelievable. Things you're going to find in neuroscience you haven't even thought about today.